Hello and welcome back to the Shmuseum, where today's a very, very exciting day once again, because we're going to be dealing with our Formula One car, which actually is parked over there just behind the centre, right, Brad?
Should we go and see it?
Yeah, let's go and have a look. I mean, it's been a while since we've shown the F1 car on the channel.
Yeah, so it's back in the Shmuseum.
It's back in the Shmuseum.
Last time you saw it was in pieces.
Yeah, and now here it is.
Look at that, all finished in the livery.
Okay, we're slightly joking, but this, of course, is what we're going for with our Williams FW17 show car. And a large part of this is obviously having it painted in the correct colour. Now, this has proved to be much trickier than we could have ever imagined, because as a general rule, when you want to go and have a car painted, somewhere on the car there'll be a paint code, and there's generally a colour assigned to that as well, a name, sorry, assigned to that colour. Now, when we're talking about a Formula One car, naturally there aren't many of them out there, and well, no one's released paint formulas, as we've discovered.
And we're also talking about a Formula One car from the 90s.
Yes.
So we're talking 20 plus years ago.
Yeah, and we actually spoke to a friend of ours who has a system worldwide with basically every paint colour known to man in there, and there is actually a Williams F1 Racing Blue listed, but there is no formula. So
yeah, we can see that it exists,
but we don't know of what components and what pigments and what goes into it to specifically make that colour. So how do you paint a car when you don't know the colour to paint it? Well, this is where we've had to get a little bit creative, shall we say. Now, we reached out to Tom Hartley Jr, as he actually has a Williams Formula One car in the Rothmans livery in his private collection. And he has very kindly allowed us to come up and look at matching the paint. Now, again, you can use something generally like this. This is obviously quite small, but they come in various shapes, sizes, and they go up to mega money. And that's a spectrometer, which you can put that onto the paint of the car, and it will give you a colour, or at least an indication of what colour that is. But once again, there's no formula for the colour we're looking for. So
yeah, even if that tells us what the colour is, we're going to go, yeah, we knew that, and we still can't paint it.
Yeah, we still don't know how to make it up. So we've got to go old school. And once again, thank you to Paul at carspares.co.uk, who has come in and saved the day once again, and basically provided us every single one of his blue paint swatches. And there are hundreds in different formats. There's these, there's more here. And then we've got 3 booklets. That's quite a small one. With this one.
This is the special one, he said, didn't he?
Yeah, this is huge. There are hundreds just in here alone.
And supposedly that goes back probably older than, I think, both of our ages put together.
Yeah,
if not
so it's
older than that.
Yeah, so that's been around for quite a while. So we have to be very, very careful with this, and we've promised Paul we will not damage any of this. But what that means is me and Brad have the rather unenviable task of going to head up to Tom Hartley Jr, standing in front of his Williams Formula One car.
Real Formula One car as well.
Yes,
not a show car.
Real Formula One car.
Has been driven, it
yes.
has an engine.
And again, hopefully we'll be able to go through more of the details about that once we get there. But we're going to have to stand in front of it with these and decide which one is the best match. So this is a big responsibility, Brad, because obviously Tim isn't here. I would much rather he went up to do this and made that decision.
I'd like to just watch Tim do it and let him make the decision. But yeah, Tim is not here.
No.
Yet. He should be back soon, hopefully.
So now we also have the task of deciding what car to take. Oh, also we've done some moving. The lifts are up, as you probably have noticed behind my shoulder.
Yep.
Done some cleaning of some cars, done some moving around, and those ones are just up there out the way for now.
Yeah.
So which car do we take?
Well, it's a long drive.
It is, and do you know what?
A couple of hours each way, at least.
I think we all know, obviously, your insurance is a bit of a problem on these, and I always end up doing the driving. Yeah. So I say we take our new Team Cupra, and you do today's drive.
Yeah, or I'll do half, you do half. We can work it out.
Yeah.
Or I'll do it all, who knows?
But at least you do the journey up there, I think.
And it means you're not doing 4+ hours of driving, just you.
No, that's, yeah, we can.
As fun as it would be to take.
It would.
something like this. The cars are being prepared for Goodwood, or some of them anyway.
Yes.
And I mean, the Lusso is not a bad choice actually, but then, like you say, I can't drive it, so.
Ooh.
What are you thinking?
V12. Oh no. Let's take the Cupra. That's what it's for. And yeah, let's get on up to Tom Hartley Jr. and go and look at F1 cars. Well, things aren't going great, as I'm sure you can imagine. We should probably be going a little bit faster than we currently are.
On a motorway, yeah.
Yeah, currently sat in a bit of traffic.
Yeah.
Although we're starting to slightly roll.
Waze did say that we're going to be in it for about, was it 8 minutes, it said?
11
minutes or something, so
yeah, this is our view. Not going very far.
Watching a Peugeot, whatever that is, van. Yeah.
Yeah. In what was already an average speed check zone, already slowed down.
We did look earlier, and we were about an hour and 20 away, and we were 69 miles away.
Out.
Yeah.
Vehicle stopped on shoulder ahead.
Thanks, Waze.
Why do you remember that?
I don't know.
Okay.
We were just chatting about it, and then now we are 58 miles away, and still an hour and 18 away. So, we've 2 minutes has got us 10 miles. No. What?
We've done 12 miles and only lost a minute.
That's it.
No, 11 miles.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, not good. We'll make it work eventually. We've got lovely views out there, though. I'll tell you that.
We do. There is some glorious greenery. The skies are clear. It could be worse.
Yeah.
And it isn't blazing sunshine as it has been the past couple of days. And I know we shouldn't complain about that, but it has been ridiculously hot last couple of days.
27 degrees according to the car. So we are still hot for the UK, but it's not too bad. We are just.
But yesterday it was saying 31.5 when we jumped into this.
Yesterday was a different level.
Yeah.
But it's all right. Oh, we're coming off fairly soon. And we're stopping again.
And
great.
There we are. Literally
back to zero.
Back to a dead stop. So, although we are now rolling again. So, I guess we're going to continue making rather slow progress.
Yep. Let's see. Hopefully when we come off it puts us round somewhere and we rejoin later and it's saved us some time, but we'll find out shortly.
Fast forward a little bit, we are still in traffic. It's actually been about 20 minutes since the last clip and we're only half a mile further up the road coming off the exit here. It's
not good.
It's not gone very well, has it?
It's not going well, but we're almost off.
Yeah, and Waze actually said there was a major accident
literally
just behind us, yeah, and
I don't see a major accident anywhere, to be honest with you.
No, me neither. Do you guys see a massive accident? No, something has gone really wrong here.
Yeah. This isn't good. Maybe it's a bit further up and someone got a bit happy with the Waze accident button.
Maybe, or maybe they've cleared it up and
I don't know.
We're now just sat in traffic for no reason.
Literally just here waiting.
Fast forward a little bit, we've made it out of the traffic.
I feel like we always do fast forwarding. We kind of have to, because you don't want to join us for a whole journey.
Yeah, no, I doubt they want a time lapse for an hour sat in traffic.
No, but we made it out. We are about 15 minutes away, which is good. Just driving through some villages, I guess now. Towns and villages. Don't really know where we are, somewhere near Leicester.
No idea, yeah.
Yeah, we're making good progress now, which is good.
Oh, Cupra Formentor.
Oh, yeah.
Twins.
Which one was it?
That was black.
Yeah, no, I know that.
Oh.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was a VZ3 or a hybrid or whatever else they have.
I'd have. How do you tell? Can you visually tell from the outside?
I was looking for exhaust, because obviously exhaust on this is the quad, like dual pipe seat size.
Okay, yeah.
The Golf R looking style, and the hybrid is like more a rectangle shape. Something like that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they don't all have the exhaust tips like that. So
you've just taught me something.
There we go. See, I know my Formentors.
But equally, you asked me which one it was. I can't see the exhaust tips from the front of it.
Yeah, I tried looking in the mirror and still couldn't really see.
Anyhow, yeah. I think we're going to continue trying to make some progress. Well, making some progress. And very soon we should end up at Tom Hartley Jr.'s. And here we are. We have made it inside Tom Hartley Jr. Now, we also have his Williams FW17, and I'm blown away, Brad.
I literally have no words.
This was a Damon Hill car as well, by the way, an actual raced car by Damon Hill. Has an engine. This is the real deal. Unlike ours, this is the real deal. But crucially, what we have is the Rothmans livery in the correct blue, and well, that's where these come in.
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to be a real tease here, and I can see what's behind Brad, and we've obviously just had a look around Tom's personal collection, and there are some amazing cars here. Unfortunately, we can't show you those. We can only show you this.
We've been asked to keep them
respect
away,
the privacy of the owner. So
this is what
fair
you
enough.
but this is good enough, right?
This is good enough, but yeah, if you could see that. Anyway, now we have the very unenviable task of going through all of our various colour swatches.
Oh dear, this is going to be interesting.
Until we find the right one. Now immediately I think we can say we are close. And again,
close.
Paul from carspares.co.uk has picked out the most appropriate ones based off what we know roughly what the colour is. So as you can see, we are in the ballpark, but that is too dark. That's really close actually. Okay, so that one,
that's not too bad either.
No, that. Do you know what? We may have actually struck gold really quite soon here. Right, I'm gonna
get a photo.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a photo of this one just so we have that there.
Like everything is exactly how it should be.
So this is literally going to be our process, guys. So we are like this, and I think I'll take a few photos at various angles so we can get the idea. This is literally going to be what it is. We're just going to go through until we find, you know, the closest colours, shall we say. And then,
it'll take a while.
But again, given that this is the next one, that's quite close, although I feel this is more bluey and this is slightly more purpley.
This is going to be a...
How's the camera looking?
I think the other one is a little bit better.
Yeah, that's definitely, I think, slightly more off.
I have said I don't want to be involved too much because slightly colourblind, so...
Yeah, this is all on me.
Yeah, I can see enough.
So, again, I think that's a bit too dark.
It's so weird, the camera shows it so differently to what I see.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Again, we're definitely too dark there. Same again, slightly too dark.
Yeah.
Then now we're really going to be quite dark. I think until there, that seems to lighten up a little. Okay, it's not that close. Let's hold it up. Let's go to a different area. Yeah, that's quite off.
Yeah. I think let's pop the camera down. We'll both go through and see what we can find, and then
you pick up something else out of that box.
Yep. And then we'll update in a second.
In a few moments. Yeah. Now we've done what we can. We've been here for a little while, mostly just looking at the car and the details, and because obviously there's so much about this that isn't present on our car, and I appreciate they're a couple of years different, but they're so similar at the same time, and it's just
crazy to see and look at properly.
It's just crazy to think, okay, I mean, you know, I don't want to sound offensive because you genuinely wouldn't have been born at this point, but I would have watched this on TV going around. I would have watched Damon driving this car. This is kind of, as me and Tim said, this is the era when we were first getting into Formula One.
Yeah, it's nuts. And you said that down here, that is Damon's initials. I don't think, you can just about see it.
Yeah.
Right there. DH. It's crazy. It's crazy.
And again, obviously just back here, you've got the gearbox casing. Sorry, I know I cut you off, but you've just got the gearbox where the suspension all mounts on. And but yes.
It is mental. But
You said however, and it's you saying it now, not me.
I've taken over.
Guys, tell Brad in the comments he keeps saying however.
Don't do that.
Anyway, we've got a couple of matches which we think are close enough. Given that obviously, look, we're never going to get this 100% match. We know that. But it's a case of just getting as close as we can. And, you know, it's not like, you know, number one, ours is a show car, it doesn't run, and you know, so it's not like you're going to take it down to Tesco and find yourself parked next to another FW19 and go, oh my god, the colour's wrong. So in isolation, you're never going to know. It's just got to be close enough, and I think we have selected with 05-0457-1
we have a few other
one of the
well,
closest.
But this is a close one.
And if we kind of hover that above the car,
just the top one there,
hopefully it looks on camera like it does to the eye. I know things are always a bit off.
Everything looks a bit brighter on camera actually, but
if it does look a bit,
let's try something. I mean,
there you go. That helps in the eye.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah, so that's one of the ones we found as the closest, and we've also used the spectrometer Paul gave us just to double check the gold and the red as well, just so we can try and get a close match to that as possible, because I suspect what we're going to do is, given the nature of the way the car is, we're probably going to paint all, if not most of the panels in the blue, and then at some point we'll probably get the guys at Dub to do the white, the red and the gold in vinyl, and then all of the sponsors on top of that. So that's the current plan, or the current train of thought, shall we say. Obviously that may end up changing a little bit, but obviously with the car currently in pieces, it's all in panels. It isn't a whole car like this is. So obviously if we take that down to Godleman's and say, can you know, put a tape line here on this panel, where the panels can't currently go together, there's no guarantee you're going to match that line on the next panel, unless it was all together as a car, and then you can tape it up and take it apart, but we didn't do that. So I think that's the way we're going to do it. However, there may be an alternative solution, but what that also means is if ever we did want to change the sponsors or change up the livery a little bit, maybe put a Shmuseum or Shmu150 logo maybe at some point for an event, we could do that. So it leaves some flexibility.
The other cool thing as well is the wheels.
Yes.
Being able to look at them exactly how we're hoping ours will turn out. So we've still got to add the yellow, but we have our...
And again, you've got the lovely little FW17 sticker here.
Yeah.
And again, it's something I would never normally have thought of. Oh my God, you can actually even just about see FW17 written on the tyre. And like I say, something I would never have thought of previously when looking at any of the Formula One cars we have here in the line is what's underneath this? What's written on the inside of the wheel rim, which is only something I think about now, having gone through this process with the show car that we've got.
And even like modern F1 cars, wonder what's written on them. Do they have the similar stuff? Do they have the test dates and things printed on, stickered on, written on?
Where it's due to be used, who knows? You know, it's all of these little things you just don't really think about. But anyway, I think we need to say a huge thank you to Tom Hartley Jr. and all of the guys here for coming down and allowing us to take a look, firstly, around their FW17, and then letting us attempt to match as best as possible the paint for our car. So huge thank you to everyone here, and again for letting us look around at all of this, which I'm so sorry we can't show you guys, but we do have to respect people's privacy. So for now, I think it's probably time to head to the guys at TDF.
Go and check on our bits and
go and get our bits.
Them to Godleman's.
Yeah, and I think we're going to need some help because I somehow suspect a 5 metre long floor isn't going to fit in the Cupra, but it could be part of the fun. Anyway, let's head off.
Jump ahead, and we are at TDF. Not sure what's hiding in here today, but I believe over in their van there should be all of our F1 bits. So I guess we need to go and find James, see where everything is, and then get on the road down to the Shmuseum with all of our F1 parts. Here we go then, everything is loaded up into the van, which we now get to follow all the way back, and we've had a driver swap. Tom's behind the wheel.
I am, and this is pretty much, other than my initial test drive, shall we say, pretty much the first time I've been behind the wheel of this.
Yeah, sorry.
But no, it's all good. I don't mind at all. This is
today I've had a
team purposes, right?
Yeah, I've had a nice big stint today behind the wheel.
Yeah, so thank you for doing the majority of the driving, because I mean, as we said, as a general rule, when we go on these trips, we're usually in a Shmee-mobile, so it's generally myself that ends up driving. So it's nice to kick back for once, be in the passenger seat. It's just, I wish this is where we had a Rolls Royce, because then I could just be in the back.
That's
or
the
a
fun
Bentley
of
flying spur. Something along those lines would be nice. But this does quite a good job actually in terms of commuting. It's been fairly economical. We've been doing about 35 miles to the gallon, so yeah,
does pretty well.
Can't complain. We do appear to be losing the van.
Yep, the van is off. The van knows the roads better than us, to be fair. We've done it a few times, but the van knows the roads.
Yeah, as you can see from the line he's taking around the car. That's brilliant.
Racing line in a van, I like that.
Follow that line.
There we go, over to the right a bit, back to the left. Let's see if it does anything on this corner. Back end out maybe. Hopefully not, we have got F1 bits in the back of the car.
Hopefully not, yeah, but look at that, nice line
there. A bit of lean on that, yeah.
You can tell that the guys from TDF are racing drivers. You can really tell. And actually, we was just having a chat with James from TDF because he was recently out at the hypercar event that Tim was at Laguna Seca, driving around in the TDF 1, which was, again, for him quite an insane experience to be sat in a Formula 1 car surrounded by a bunch of hypercars, including the likes of the Zenvos. So yeah, what a surreal experience that must have been. But I guess for now we're going to head back towards the Shmuseum. Slight change of plans. We were going to head straight to Godleman's with the parts for paint. However, John has had to go and sort some bits and pieces out, So we're going to head straight back to the Shmuseum with these, and he's then going to come and collect the parts on Monday, ready to start the paint, which is quite good in a way, because then that gives us the weekend to figure out exactly which one of the shades we're going to be going for, because we've got 3 or 4 which are really close, so it's just a case of nailing down that exact one. We are back here inside the Shmuseum with all of the Formula 1 stuff, but more importantly, okay, not more importantly, but more excitingly for me, and I think for Brad as well, we have a race glaze water filter.
No, it's very cool actually.
What is this, Brad? One of these. What is this? Tell the people.
This is a 0 ppm refillable water filter from Race Glaze.
Stop reading it.
Essentially, it helps filter out any of the sort of minerals and stuff in the hard water you get from the mains, so when washing a car, so that we can basically wash the car normally, plug this in just for the rinse essentially, spray it over the car, rinse off all of the hard water, it leaves filtered water on the car, which you don't actually have to dry. You can just dry naturally in the sun, it won't leave water spots.
That's the key thing, no more water spots. And me and Tim quite often have debates because he often wants cars cleaned in conditions when it's like blazing sunshine, and you shouldn't really be cleaning cars because product dries on the car, water dries on the car, you end up with water spots everywhere. This is going to solve all of those woes and mean we can clean cars no matter the weather, even if it is far too hot to be doing any manual labour. However, moving on from this, we have our F1 car. I've roughly laid it out.
It's a bit elongated, but...
Yeah, I've roughly laid it out. Obviously, the floor's over there. That one can't go in, but it's all sort of roughly where it should be. We've got the front wing, the nose cone, we've got the tub, the side pods, engine cover, and the rear wing here. And we've got a couple boxes laying around with just the end plates and a few other bits and pieces in them.
I feel like I haven't seen it in a while.
How cool is this? It's been a long time. It's been a long time. And yeah, going back to the start of this video when we had the model of the F1 car out, that is what this is going to become. And I know it really doesn't look like it at the moment, but it's coming. So as I said, John from Godleman's is coming to pick up all of this on Monday, and it's be going away for paint, which gives us the weekend to kind of liaise with Tim over WhatsApp with the photos we managed to obtain from the colour swatches and the FW17 from Tom Hartley Jr. Huge thank you to him once again for allowing us to come down to his private collection, take time out of his day and do what we needed to do, really, just to ensure we could get this as good as possible. So yeah, I think what the plan is to go all blue with everything. We're just going to go blue with everything because, as I said, without it being together as a whole car, it's going to be very difficult to kind of tape something up that then joins onto the next panel. You're going to end up with a mismatch and it's not going to look very good. So I think we'll go all blue and then start wrapping the details.
Yeah, and worst case, if we want to, we could lacquer over the
vinyl. We could always lacquer over the vinyl.
Just to smooth out some of the edges.
So again, which is then I mean, very similar to this, because we believe this to be vinyl, and there is zero edge there. So it's all very smooth and flat. So yeah, there are plenty of options, but I think that pretty much brings to the end quite a crazy day that we've had, quite a busy day. As you may be able to see, Brad is now running off in the background. Unfortunately, he suffers with hay fever, and with the weather today, it's not been going very well for him. So I'm going to have to do this on my own, and you guys are sat on top of our electric Mini. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed coming along up to Tom Hartley Jr.'s place, checking out the FW17, and then we'll get in this back inside the Shmuseum where it belongs, ready for paint. So do stay tuned for the next episode of this, because the transformation really begins. Thank you to all of you guys once again, and until next time.